What's good, YouTube? It's your boy KFX. I'm back here with another video after another Dolphins victory. We are now 8-4. We just beat the Cincinnati Bengals by a score of 7-19. To me, the game wasn't really. Hold on, let me stop these highlights before I get copyright. Okay, look. To me, the game wasn't really that close. I'm not going to use the word dominated because we didn't dominate them. And last time I said we dominated a terrible team because we beat them by multiple possessions, y'all said it wasn't domination. Listen, we didn't dominate them. I did not at any point really feel like we were going to lose this game. Not to this team, not to Brandon Allen. I got a couple of things I want to say. First and foremost, we definitely didn't play that well. Our offense actually sucks. Specifically in the first half. And specifically whenever we're not down, like when we're up, or when the game's tied at the beginning, our offense is absolutely garbage. Our offense only really starts showing anything when we're like against the wall or something, and then we start spreading people out. Like after halftime, I don't know what Brian Flores told these people, but they came out with a whole new attitude. We started spreading people out, and Tua started absolutely lasering the entire team. Now Tua went, 26 for 39, 296 yards, a touchdown. Good game to me. Still has not even thrown an interception. But that's a pretty good game, and it's not like he didn't throw an interception and he was protecting the ball. He was throwing the ball, you know. He was throwing 50-50s, whatever. You know, it wasn't like he was just, you know, throwing short pass. He was throwing 50-50s, whatever. He hasn't thrown an interception yet. Mike Gesicki did catch the lone touchdown. He should have had another touchdown. He really should have close to like 400 yards and 2 touchdowns, but Jakeem Grant did drop a touchdown. Jakeem Grant had a good game, though. Two receptions, 42 yards. It's pretty decent, I guess. It wasn't really great. Devontae Parker, 4 catches, 35 yards. And I just have to say, the Bengals, I got a couple things, kind of off-topic things to say. The Bengals, first of all, are dirty, okay, because they hit Jakeem Grant on 2 kickoff returns. Xavier Howard got ejected. Devontae Parker got ejected. Matt Collins got ejected. They smacked Jakeem Grant on back-to-back kick returns, dirty hits, okay. And I don't know if we started it because Xavier Howard did swing at a Tyler Boyd, but at the end of the day, this was like a very kind of like a rough game, okay? Not in terms of our play. Well, the first half was rough, but in terms of just like how everybody was acting, it was fights and it ended way later than it was supposed to end. But at the end of the day, we got the W. Now, first of all, Bengals, y'all gotta pick a struggle, okay? Y'all can't either be dirty or y'all can be trash. Y'all can't be dirty and trash because then y'all are just a poverty franchise. That's the thing. Right now, we just played y'all and y'all was dirty and trash. First of all, y'all, we hurt Eric Flowers. I hope that's the biggest freaking bad news of the game. Eric Flowers is hurt. But y'all was doing all these late hits on Jakeem Grant, the littlest dude on the field, and y'all really couldn't stop him anyway. I don't think what Xavier Howard did was that dirty when he did swing on Tyler Boyd, because I don't think he tried to swing. I think he tried to push Tyler Boyd. But here's the thing. A push look like a lot like a swing if you don't get 2 hands on him and if you accidentally try to push him in the wrong spot. Like if he would have put his hands out and he would have like pushed his shoulder like this, he probably doesn't get ejected. But if you do like this and you miss his shoulder and you hit his helmet or even the edge of his helmet, it immediately looks like a swing. So that's what it looked like, and Xavier Howard did get ejected. And although he didn't even play half of the game, he still ended up with an interception. Honestly, I was thinking this in my head before he got ejected. He would have had 2 or 3 picks that game because that quarterback was trying him. He would have had 2 or 3 picks this game if he would have stayed in the game, and I'm 100% certain. He had 1 in the first. He probably would have got another 1 in the third. He probably would have got 1 in the second. He would have had 2 or 3 picks, and that's me being nice. I'm dead serious. I'm not even trying to overrate him. I'm just telling you the facts. He would have had 2 or 3 picks. He was throwing it to Higgins all game, and Xavier Howard was on Higgins. He would have had 2 or 3 picks. Chan Gailey, man. Again, all these RPOs, like this offense that we run with these RPOs, I don't know. They just don't work. They just don't work that well. And listen, we play the Chiefs next week. If we start off slow like we did this game, guys, we might get embarrassed. Okay. Now, I don't think we're going to lose that game. I honestly think we're going to win. We're going to surprise a lot of people in that game. I'm already sensing it, okay? Even our fan base kind of like, and I could tell because we're having these rough games against these bad teams that even our fan base might think, oh, we're going to get embarrassed. We're going to get exposed. I think we're going to surprise a lot of people versus the Chiefs. I think we're going to go back to our old ways. I think we've been looking past a couple teams when we shouldn't have been, and that's why they've been close. Thankfully, we didn't take any L's, but I think we're going to surprise the Chiefs. Now, Lynn Bowden, I seen him. He got a carry today. He got a couple of catches. Lynn Bowden, it was good to see him in the game, you know, because I know he's been waiting for his opportunity. It was awesome to see him on offense. He's a playmaker. Yeah, but Tua did a good job spreading the ball around. It was probably, I would say, besides the Cardinals game, one of his better games, especially in the second half. In the first half, I mean, everything was terrible. But in the second half, Tua looked amazing. The team looked pretty good. I honestly feel like we won by more than we did win by. We won 19-7, but in the second half, I thought we was winning by a lot. I mean, we got to the quarterback. Our defense started playing like they were supposed to. We got to Brandon Allen like 7 times, and just in the second half, we only had like 2 sacks in the first half. We finished with like 8 or something. We got to him like 6 times. And besides one touchdown that they scored with Tyler Boyd, with Byron Jones playing 12 yards back on the what was the 3rd and 2, and Tyler Boyd and caught a little pass in the flat, and then Byron Jones took the worst angle that you could ever take, and then Tyler Boyd burned everybody down the sideline and scored a 70-something yard touchdown. With the exception of that one touchdown, which was kind of fluky, they didn't score another point. So our defense, in my opinion, played really well. Our offense still doesn't look that great, but you gotta have hope that they eventually gel, and I mean, that's our only hope really of even making the playoffs or even making it further in the playoffs, is that our offense gels. You know what I'm saying? And so we just pretty much waiting on that, you know, and if it never comes, then we're just not going to make it that far, and it's just that simple. But I have faith that it will come. If we watch film and just watch and see how, I don't know if it's that we get more aggressive when we're down or what, but when we go down, we play a lot better. Or when it looks like we might lose to the Jets, or when it looks like we might lose to the Bengals, then we start turning up. Why we don't play like that from the start? Because you're gonna have to play like that from the start versus the Chiefs, or we're probably gonna get out. Other than that, I just want to say the Jets are pulling off the most obvious, obnoxious tank I think I've ever seen in NFL history. These guys just purposely lost the game. I wish I could show y'all the clip. They literally had 12 seconds on the clock, up 4. 12 seconds on the clock, up 4, and they ran like a cover 0 with no safety help when the Raiders had no timeouts and needed a touchdown from like 50 yards out, by the way. So the Jets are purposely tanking. I honestly think that Adam Gase is going to be the coach next year. You know, I've been thinking he was going to get fired all year. At that point, when I seen what just happened, I think he's going to be the coach, because there's no way you would agree to do that. It's like, because if you're going to get fired, it's just no way you're that bad of a coach. You know, it's no way that Greg Williams and Adam Gase are this bad to where they would run a cover 0 with 12 seconds left and the other team has 0 timeouts. And by the way, Henry Ruggs is probably the fastest receiver in the league, if top 5 100%. And you ran cover 0 with no safety, you're losing on purpose, bro. Like, you're losing on purpose. And it's so obnoxious and obvious, and I wish the NFL would punish them. They said we was losing on purpose, but we was actually fighting. You know, we was actually fighting, and if we was about to win, we won that game. We didn't lose no game on purpose, not to me at least. They literally just today lost the game on purpose, all right? Myles Gaskin obviously is our most talented back. He looked pretty decent today. He didn't look, the best. Our offense looked terrible at the beginning, but then at the end, our offense started looking really good in the second half. But Myles Gaskin, you know what I'm saying? He's definitely going to be a most talented back. 4.11 yards a carry. Lynn Bowden had 1 carry for 11 yards. Patrick Laird only had 3 carries, 6 yards. And then Tua had 3 carries, 3 yards. The read option with Tua, I'm not saying he doesn't have the ability to do it or that we don't have the ability to do it. It just doesn't work. That's all I'm saying. Mike Gesicki with a really good game with Tua. You know, this is Mike Gesicki's first, super good game with Tua. Usually he disappears when Tua is the quarterback. But other than that, do I have to get into anything else? Let me think. I would say the Bengals gave us a better fight than what I thought, okay? But it's really because of mistakes that we made and the fact that our offensive coordinator is just doesn't wake up until we might lose. Then he wakes up. I don't know. It's really mistakes we made as far as play calling. Tua missed some throws early. And so they made the game a little closer than what I actually thought it was going to be. But, at the end of the day, a bad win or a good win is still better than any type of loss, okay? Any win is better than any type of loss. This is not the NCAA or college where it's the committee that picks who makes the playoffs, okay? Nobody's going to say, oh, they had a decently close game with the Jets or they had a decently close game with the Bengals, even though I never thought we were going to lose either one. I'm just saying they were kind of, competitive at the beginning. Nobody's going to say, oh, let's take them out the playoffs and put this team in there that blew out the Bengals. Nobody's going to say that, okay? At the end of the day, there is a strict playoff picture, and they have strict rules, and Miami Dolphins, at the end of the day, all that matters is wins and losses, and we won. So that's just the key of everything, okay? I'd rather win than anything, and we won. And Now we're 8-4, and we really were supposed to be in a good position because the Raiders were supposed to be a game behind us. Let me see what the Raiders' record is. I just forgot. The Raiders were supposed to be honestly 2 games behind us. They're 7-5 right now because they just got a free win, essentially. The Raiders are supposed to be 7-6 right now. 6-6 right now. However, they just got a free win because the Jets are tanking and purposely let them win, which it just is. They need to get investigated. All right. Other teams that we are competing with, such as the Ravens, they play on Tuesday. And obviously the Bills play on Monday. So we're gonna see some more stuff. But get in the comments, know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think about this entire game against the Cincinnati Bengals. I know it wasn't the best looking game, but look, we got the win. Wasn't the worst game. The bad news about the whole game is Landon Roberts got hurt, but I think he's going to be fine. And then Eric Flowers got hurt, which is even more concerning because he actually got carted off. Didn't see him back on the sideline. He might be seriously injured. And, you don't want to deal with no O-line injuries because that's when, shit get hectic, okay? I didn't know Geno Atkins was that washed up, by the way. I did not have no clue. Oh, and AJ Green, too. I feel bad. AJ Green's completely washed. Noah, I almost forgot. Noah came in the game for Xavier Howard, and you didn't hear his name. He didn't get beat too badly. Shout out to Noah, man, because, it may be improved. I do got to say we were playing the sorry Bengals, but maybe improved, but you didn't see Noah get picked on. I was nervous about that in the second half. Would Noah get picked on? Noah did not get picked on. Noah held his own. You know what I'm saying? I hadn't seen him all last week. You ain't seen him in a couple of weeks, I feel like. But he came in there in Xavier Howard's absence. Our best defensive player, in my opinion, is Xavier Howard. Him and Agba, But he came in there in Xavier Howard's absence and absolutely did what he was supposed to do. So shout out to Noah, youngest person in the league. And Nick Needham, playing good defense. I said him and Tyler Boyd was going to be a good matchup. Nick Needham obviously didn't get the guard Tyler Boyd the whole game because Tyler Boyd got ejected, but he played good too. And I'm critical on people because I was hard on Nick Needham and Noah, but I give them credit when they play good. I'm not the type of person who tries to, I don't have no grudge against these players. I don't hate none of these players. I just don't like them when they don't play good, okay? Anyways, get in the comments, what you guys think, like, comment, subscribe. Roll up the ticket on the way, flexing 8-4. We're in good shape. I'm out.